All right, so Bonnie deposits $70 into a new savings account that earns 4.5% simple interest per year. No money is added or removed from the savings account for 3 years. All right, so, sorry, I'm marking people here that are tardy. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to take that $70 and you're going to multiply it times 0.045. So that is going to give you the amount of interest that is earned on $70. Okay, so on $70, you're going to earn $3.15. Okay, we do that for 3 years. So $3.15 times 3 would be $9.45. So you're going to add that $9.45 to $70, and that would give me $79.45. So that would have been B. All right, and then number 2 says Lee wants to save money on a new computer. At the store near her, the computer she wants is listed for $400. On Saturday, the store will have a sale and discount the computer by $30. So what I am going to do is I'm going to multiply by the price that we are going to pay, or the percent that we're going to pay. So $400, I'm going to pay 70% of that item. So 400 times 0.7 gives me $280. Okay, then if they buy the computer, this should have been 10%, not a dash, sorry, they get additional 10% off. So that means with the $280, I'm going to then pay 90%. So $280 times 0.9, I'm going to end up paying $2.52, which is D. Okay? Now remember, guys, of course, that is not the only way to do it. You could have multiplied by the 30%, get the amount of discount, and subtract it. So either one. And then once again, once you got the $280, multiply the point by 10%, get that, and then subtract it. So there's a couple ways that you could have done this. All right, so we are going to look at lesson 9 for today, and this is going to be the last lesson, and we are going to do the lesson and the on your own today, all in one day. Okay, so if you have your protractor and your compass, now's the time to get it out, or a ruler, because we're going to need them. All right, so draw and analyze shapes to solve problems. Use tools to draw or construct figures that meet the given criteria, and I can analyze the resulting figures. So we're going to use the rules that we have learned to be able to see if we can draw these figures. So it says Lucas is using strips of wood to construct a triangle. The first 2 strips are 4 feet long and 7 feet long. When Nicholas nails them together, the 2 pieces of wood form a 50-degree angle. All right, so that means that I'm going to draw a line. And guys, we're not going to use feet. We're going to make this centimeters, because there is no way we can draw something that is 4 feet and 7 feet on a sheet of paper. Just no way. All right, so I'm going to let my 4 centimeters be the bottom. Okay, so this is my 4 centimeters. And then the angle that connects them is going to be a 50-degree angle. So I'm going to put my dot, and then I'm going to line it up. And I want a 50-degree angle. Okay, so let me zoom it back out. So 50 degree is going to be up here. So I'm going to line it up. And then I'm just going to make a little line right there, and then I'm going to come back and redraw it. Okay, and then this line has to be 7 centimeters. So I'm going to move it down because there's the 7, right? And then that line is going to just finish there. So that would be 7 centimeters, and this angle here would be 50 degrees. Okay, so hopefully you can see that all I need is just to take my ruler and connect those 2 pieces together to form that triangle. Okay, so, sorry, we have people that are coming in late, so I got to mark them here. Okay, so Julian is still absent. And I don't see Kamari, and I don't see Ms. Martinez. Okay, so let's look. It says, draw a model of the 2 strips after Lucas nailed them together. Can he use a 3rd strip to construct a triangle? If so, complete the model. So we know that that's going to be a yes. And then you basically can just draw an arrow too. Okay, so this says how many triangles can be formed. Okay, we can only draw 1 triangle. And the reason why is because the 2 sides are set, meaning we know exactly what the length of those are going to be, 7 and 4. Okay, the only thing that I could have done was put the 7 on the bottom and the 4 on the side, but it would have still been the same triangle. Okay, all it would have happened is it would have just flipped around. Okay, so that is one of those rules. If you are given 2 lengths and the angle is between them, you can only draw 1 triangle. Okay? All right, so let's write that rule down. So the rule, so when given 2 side lengths and an angle between them, you can only draw, I'm going to bring it down here, 1 unique triangle. Let me zoom it in so you can see that. Okay, so when given 2 side lengths and an angle between them, you can only draw 1 unique triangle. Okay, so that is that rule. All right, so let's look at task 2. Task 2 says, in this task, you will draw triangles given the lengths of two sides and a measure of an angle that is not between them. Okay, so like this one, two sides, angle was between. These are going to have two sides and the angle is not going to be between. So as you can see, my side lengths are 8 and 6 and my angle is 40 degrees. So to construct triangle ABC, you need to draw side BC. Because side BC is 6 units long, put the point of the compass at point P and draw part of a circle with the radius of 6. You can use this segment to help you open your compass to the correct radius. All right, so what I'm going to do is use this little line here Okay, so what I did was put that in the center and then drew or moved this to where it was right on top. Okay, so if I was to actually measure it, it's about 2.5 centimeters. So 2.5 centimeters. So that is what we're going to use for the radius or for the line. All right. So what happens when we get 2, so once again this is another rule. So when given two sides and a non-included angle, we're going to figure out what's going to happen. Okay? So as you can see, AB is 8 units long. Okay? The angle is in between A, B, and whatever the length of this line is. We won't know that yet. Okay? So we are going to draw BC. So I'm going to take my compass, right? I'm going to put that in the center, and I'm going to put my pencil right here. Okay, so hopefully you can see it creates that arc that is already there. So we call this an arc. Okay, so hopefully you notice when I draw this arc, it crosses this bottom line in 2 places. So what happens is from here to here, is considered to be 6 units. And then from here to here is also 6 units. So what they want you to see is that if this is 8 and my angle is 40, this 6 unit line BC will cross in 2 places. To form 2 triangles. Okay, so we're not quite done with the rule yet. So we're going to look at this one and we're going to look at the 2 on the back to determine our rule. Okay, so notice that our angle is 40 here. Okay, so angle is 40 degrees. Okay. So now we're going to look at the back. So now we have a 5 unit, a 7 unit, and a 90. So here is my 5, here is my 90. So that means when I draw my line of BC, it's going to be 7 units. So take your compass. And then this is going to be about looks like it's about almost 4. It's a little bit less than 4. Okay, so if you make it 4 centimeters, it should still work. So we're going to call this 4 centimeters. All right, so we're going to do the same thing we did on the last triangle. Come on. I don't understand why you're not focusing. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus, guys. Okay, so I'm going to draw a dot here. I'm going to put this at 4 centimeters, and I'm going to draw that arc. Okay, so here's that. Okay, so this one only crosses at one location. So let me connect it. Okay, and then this angle is 90 degrees. Okay, so this crosses at one point, and I can only draw one triangle, and the angle is 90 degrees. Okay, so we're still working on that rule. So now we're going to go down here, and my angle is 120. And then this is going to be 5.5. So this is 5.5 centimeters. Okay, so same thing. Put the dot there, and we're going to draw that arc. So hopefully you can see it only crosses at one point, and I can only draw one triangle. One triangle. In this one, my angle was 120. All right, so this is where the rule comes in. Okay? So here's the rule. When given two sides and a non-included angle, when the angle is less than 90 degrees, it will form two triangles. Okay, so when the angle is less than 90, it will form two triangles. So that's what we found here, right? This was 40, and I got two triangles. But if it's 90 or more, so 90 degrees or more, you get one triangle. Okay, so this is the rule. Very important. Okay, so take a minute to write that down, please. All right, anybody need more time to copy that rule? No? All right. I don't see anything in the chat either. Okay, so that's kind of what so the rule we created is the D and the turn and talk. Okay? So this was 1 or 2 triangles. Depending on angle. And then this one was the rule. So C rule on other side. Okay, so without drawing the triangles, I want you to look at the check understanding. It says draw a right triangle with 2 side lengths of 4 and 5 and a 90-degree angle between them. So that's going to look something like this. Right? So this is my 4, this is my 5. So we know, you're going to go back to that first rule, that if we are given 2 side lengths and the angle is between them, I can only draw one triangle. So only draw one triangle. Okay, and it would look something like this. So number 2 says draw a right triangle with 2 sides 4 and 5 with the 90-degree knot between them. So that was the second rule. So for example, if this is 4, right? No. We don't know what this one is. So if this is 4 centimeters and this is 90, right? And that line wasn't very straight. It should be straight. We know that this one has to be 5 centimeters and it is only going to cross in one location because the angle is 90. So because the angle is 90 degrees, we can only draw one triangle. Okay? So that is how you kind of use the rules to determine what you can draw. All right, so I want you guys to look at I want you to do number 4. Number 6. And number 8. So 4, 6, and 8. Okay? So they are in Into Math, and it is, but remember, if you do it in Into Math, it's going to make you do all of it, which is fine. I don't mind that you do that, but I'm trying to get you to be able to finish this before we leave today. Okay? So problems 4, 6, and 8, and you can find it in Seesaw if needed. Okay? So 4, 6, and 8.